Good morning, guys. This is Rusty 78609 in Central Texas, USA, cruising right down the highway here on Park Road 4. It is 10:13 a.m. Central Standard Time, March the 8th, 2017, and I'm going 51 miles an hour and it's 61 degrees. Pretty soon I'll catch up with the temperature. But having said that, what else is happening? Well, I mentioned about the comments. You know, if I don't get to some of them, it's because YouTube's doing something different, I guess. I can't. Anyway, enough said about that. I had a comment related to prepaid smartphones and asked if I would do a video kind of explaining a little about, or what little I know about prepaid cell phone services or providers. Well, it just so happens that I have had Straight Talk, Track Phone, and Cricket Wireless. I was with Cricket Wireless for about 2 years, and they're prepaid. It's got a little sprinkle out there today, so you get to see my windshield wipers. And the only thing I can tell you is all of them are throttled a little bit. Okay, now how much depends on, I don't know. I know with Cricket Wireless, the max you get download is 8 megabytes per second, and upload varies between 2 and about 4 or 5 maybe. It can be a little higher in some areas, hairier in some areas. You hear that? Cut. Anyway, so as to the quality of the phone calls and the data service, you know, it seems like you get a few more dropped calls with the prepaid than you do with the postpaid accounts at Verizon and at&t. And also it does seem like, and I've gotten some comments about this from Cricket, or about Cricket particularly, it seems like whenever you have their service that you get more telemarketing calls. When I was with Verizon, I got none. Okay, I mean, when I was with Verizon Postpaid, in other words, I was a regular Verizon customer with Verizon. You know, you can get, you know, when you go with Track Phone or Cricket or Straight Talk, they're using the at&t towers or T-Mobile or Sprint or Verizon, whoever. I mean, they don't have their own towers. They're what's called an MNBO, and basically that's just a reseller. They buy time from the large carriers and then resell it to the public, and then they make a profit on that gap, whatever they buy it for and sell it for. Are there other downsides other than throttling the speeds? In my opinion, yes. Now, I was with Cricket Wireless for 2 years, and I would have to say their service is pretty good compared to Track Phone and Straight Talk. I was not impressed at all with Track Phone or Straight Talk, and the reason is it takes forever to get a hold of a human being, and you know, they outsource all of their, or a lot of their customer service at both places. And so sometimes you'll get somebody that you just can't understand. I mean, even though they're trying really hard to speak English, and you can't speak their language at all, it can cause a little frustration. The main frustration I had with Straight Talk and Track Phone is getting to talk to a human if you had an issue that required talking to a human being. And having said that, that's about all I can say. But just remember this: whenever you go to these prepaid carriers, you just like Track Phone and Straight Talk particularly, you can go, if Verizon has better service in your area, then you can go with a Straight Talk or Track Phone CDMA phone, which means you will be using Verizon towers. Okay? Now, you can also go with Straight Talk and Track Phone and get a GSM phone, which will allow you to use at&t towers. So what you'll have to do prior to purchasing either one of those or any prepaid carrier's phone is to be sure that you get the phone with the radio system in it, CDMA or GSM, that works best in your area. So what you'll have to do is go to Verizon, AT&T. I don't recommend T-Mobile. They don't have good, if you're going to travel anywhere, you want AT&T or Verizon, and that's it, in my opinion. Now, if you're going to stay in one place and T-Mobile or Sprint has good coverage there, you're okay. But if you're going to travel anywhere, those two carriers just don't have the coverage across the U.S. But what you can do is go to Verizon's homepage and AT&T's homepage, and you can go to their coverage maps and actually put in your physical address, and it will show what kind of coverage you have at your physical address and the area you're going to be traveling in or living in and using the phone. And once you've made the decision whether you like Verizon's coverage best or AT&T's coverage best, then that will make the determination whether you get a GSM or a CDMA phone. And again, you don't need to know the technical things about that jargon. What you just need to know is that if you get a CDMA phone, you're going to be using with a CDMA phone, you're going to be using Verizon towers primarily. If you get a GSM phone, you're going to be using AT&T towers primarily. So that's what you need to know. And again, the first issue you need to solve is which carrier has the best coverage in your area. Then the next step is to select the type of phone that you need for what you're going to do. And most people don't need an Apple iPhone. Most people don't need a Samsung S8 or 6 or whatever, or the new Google thing that costs $500 and up. Some of these companies have free phones, which are okay. I would recommend paying, around $50 or so and getting you one that has at least a 4-megapixel front camera and an 8-megapixel rear camera, so you can take some different photos and, send those by text or email to your children, friends, or whatever. If you get a phone with a 2-megapixel front camera, it's grainy as hell. It's not very good. So, but a 4-megapixel front, 8-megapixel back is good. The higher the number on the camera, the better. I mentioned that in another video. But with the prepaid carriers, you get what you pay for. They cut out a lot of the expenses, and they do that by reducing the number of employees, i.e. payroll, and that's primarily how they do it. And other ways, they don't have a large staff, and so that's why you have to wait forever to get a human on the phone. So you kind of get what you pay for. You do pay less than you do with a postpaid account. Right now with Verizon, if you get their unlimited quote talk, text, and data plan, and you get the auto pay feature, it's going to cost you $80 a month. You can get the same plan at Cricket, or a similar plan at Cricket, for $55 a month. So that's $25 a month different, $300 a year. That's 3 Benjamin Franklins in your pocket. But again, if you're doing a lot of playing games and stuff, or doing some creative stuff using your smartphone, a postpaid account with Verizon or AT&T gives you faster speeds, in my opinion, more reliable service, fewer telemarketing calls, but you pay for it. You pay for that quality of service. But anyway, this has gone on a little longer than I thought. But anyway, also, I've mentioned to you guys, I got some criticism about this, about me mentioning my P.O. box in my videos, but I'm going to continue to do it, and I'm sorry if it aggravates people. But, there are people that have wanted to contact me through the mail for a variety of reasons. Fan funding was never one of them. Nobody ever left a comment, Rusty, how can I send you some money? I don't remember ever getting one of those. I did get a comment saying that one guy was just fixing the fan fund with $500, and he found out they cut it off. Ha ha ha! I know who you are, my friend. Matilda knows too. But be that as it may, as to prepaid phones, you know, they are what they are, but they work fine. You know, millions of people have them. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. So we got a gun show today. No, yeah, we do. I guess so. That's what it says. A gun show on Wednesday. That's weird. Anyway, what else? That's it, guys. From Central Texas, USA. Thumbs up. Carpe diem. Adios. Bye-bye. Buy USA made when you can. If you live in any other country, buy whatever your country makes at home. Makes your country work better. And drink plenty of water. Take deep breaths. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Why? It helps relieve a little stress. It does. If you don't believe me, try it. And drink 3 quarts of water a day. I know you will pee a lot, and that's the way that goes, but it's flushing out all that bad stuff out of your body, and that's what makes you feel better and healthier. And I am going to plug in my P.O. box. And yeah, if you want to contact me or support the channel, do it directly. I'm cutting out the middleman. That's all I'm doing. PayPal and YouTube, and everybody gets a little off your back, my back, and I get tired of it. But you can just send something to Rusty, R-U-S-T-Y, at P.O. Box 1446, Kingsland, one word, Kingsland, Texas 78639, USA. But anyway, having said that, guys, I'm not begging, you know, but some people do send me, or one fellow said he's going to send me a product to review. I had one lady send me a puppet. I had one lady send me some other stuff in the mail, several little gifts and stuff. Not in the mail, because I did actually give her my address. I don't like to give out my home address for 2 reasons. One is I go traveling, and if the mail has to be held by the post office, and if it accumulates too much, if I want to have it forwarded, it costs a ton. But if it's just a few letters, first class, they'll forward it to me, and it costs me about $2. But anyway, having said that, guys, enjoy your day. This is Rusty789 in Central Texas. Actually, right now I'm in Kingsland, Texas, and I'm cruising down the back streets, and you can see how busy this is. Enjoy your days, guys. Adios. Bye-bye.